Hey guys, I'm back. Today we're going to be talking about Dekker. First of all, about Dekker, I don't know if you've noticed her weapon, but it's kind of similar to that weapon in the Stargate SG-1 that kind of opens up and then fires. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. But anyway, let's get on to Dekker more precisely. So first of all, she's a range support. She's really good at this in my opinion at the moment, really good in the game in general. Let's get on to her abilities. So all her abilities are energy damage, or energy based I should say. Her left click standard starts off at 50 damage. Don't know why they've called it 49.95, it's a lot easier just to call it 50, but I'm sure they have their reasons. Now on to rocket boost. So this is your escape ability, this is also your gain ground ability, this is your locomotive ability, this is your movement. So directional leap that grants nearby allies 150 max movement speed for 3 seconds. It's a really awesome ability, you know, you jump in the air, everyone around you gets more movement speed. Also something that I don't know if they've left it in on purpose or if they just haven't realised it yet, but you can actually like hit the spacebar and jump first and then right click, so you get kind of a double jump. Because this jump on its own I don't think is enough to reach a lot of the ledges in the game, especially when you're down below. But if you hit spacebar first and then hit right click, you can get to them, which makes it really handy in team fights. You can get quite prominent positions and then lay down your other abilities, which are, I'll start with the Q, Stasis Bomb. Bouncy bomb that deals 75 energy damage in an area and stuns on direct hit. Stun duration is increased based on how far it travels, so the further it goes, the longer the stun. Something to be wary of with this, it's not just like a straight firing projectile. It's kind of like throwing a really crappy bouncy ball, that like a soccer ball or football, something like that. It's really good. The stun's fantastic. Yeah, that's really. I don't really use this for lane clearing that much because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of awkward to aim. But as far as the stun goes, it's really good. And because it's affected by gravity and it will go down, it's not just a straight fire projectile. It will hit a little bit slower than the others because its the placement isn't direct, whereas all the others are. But it's a wicked ability, really useful in team fights. And now onto her E, Slow Bubble. Awesome ability. Could do with a better name, something more creative than Slow Bubble, but hey ho. So AoE bubble that slows enemies and deals 60 energy damage once it pops. Fantastic ability. This in team fights is just phenomenal. It slows down the enemy team. They all have to try and run out of it before it pops, so they don't take damage. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's still damage nonetheless. And the longer they're in it, the longer they're slowed for. You can also use this as an escape. You can just drop it down on you if people are chasing you. Fantastic ability. Really good ability indeed. And also, this combines really well with her ultimate, her R, which is Containment Fence. So circular fence, not actually circular, but we'll get onto that later. Circular fence that lasts for 5 seconds and grants allies inside a 250 shield. So this is a wicked ability. It's quite a big fence. First of all, it's circular, but it does have edge sides. I don't know how many sides it has. It's probably a big word for what shape it is, or I'm a moron and there's a really simple word for what shape it is. But yeah, there are edges to it. It's a wicked ability. Everyone inside on your team gets a 250 shield. That's at the start, of course. It will always keep going up. I think it goes up to 500 level 2. Don't know what it goes up to on its 3rd level. Can't quite remember. But yeah, fantastic. So do be careful. Like, this can be used either really good or you can really fuck over your team with it because they're trapped in as well. But it's really good. You can plop it down like when a hero's in need, and it gives them the shield. Also, don't get me wrong, because it's a fence, there are certain heroes that can get out of it. Like I know Gideon will be able to get out of it. Feng Mao's a bit of an odd one with him. Sometimes he can get out of it, sometimes he can't. I'm not really too sure about that. Grux can't get out of it. Gideon can definitely get out of it. The only other hero I'm pretty sure that can get out of it is Rampage. Of course, Muriel can get out of it if she ults, same as Howitzer. Bar them, I don't think. Yeah, Twin Blast can't get out of it. Steel can get out of it if he ults out of it, but I don't know. It seems like it'd be pretty foolish for him to do that. Kalari can get out of it as well. Meh. Bar them, I don't think there's anyone else. No, I don't think there's anyone else that can. So this is it's really good ability, but it can, like, you can either help your team win the fight with this, or you can just fuck them over with it. So do be careful when wearing it. and it doesn't come up instantly. There's like maybe a second delay when you see it kind of resurrecting from the ground, so do be careful of that. So ideally Dekker is a laner, not like for getting the farm, she's just really good support laning. She's also good for roaming around and helping others gank because of her abilities which restrict the other players' movements or their movement speed and the stun she has. She's really good for that sort of thing. Her passive ability is called Mana Share, so on the wiki it says when Dekker uses an ability, she shares some of the mana used to cast the ability with nearby allies. So every time you use an ability, everyone else around you on your team gets a little bit of mana. It's a bit of a boring passive, but I guess it can be helpful when you're constantly spamming abilities and, you know, towards the end of team fights, because everyone else is spamming their abilities as well, everyone starts to run out of mana. So it's kind of helpful for longevity, I suppose. In terms of the items, of course, health and mana. Then I always get a harvester key because I find myself roaming a lot. When I play Dekker, I don't solo lane that much. I think it's kind of foolish to be in solo lane. There are other better heroes who should be in the lane, and you're just kind of there to help them out, I suppose. With that said, of course, you need farm. Every hero needs farm. There was that dome there. I don't know if that was my dome or if that was. There's a right click, that beastly jump. Yeah, I think that's my dome there. It's not a bad size. It's not as big as Gadget's ult, but it's not bad by any means. It's not bad by any means. But yeah, so when it comes to the items, health, mana, of course, and then you're going to need a harvester key. Harvester key is wicked. You're also going to need. So the main way you can get like a ward on it. I think wards are a very good way to go a lot of the time. Obviously you can't get it at level 1, but you can get it later on, and because you're playing support role, it's really handy just to stick in the jungle so you can see their movement, and then other players can get a bit of a heads up. The main way I build stuff on it is kind of it's all cooldown reduction. This is her ultimate right here, the cage. You'll have noticed he's trapped under the tower's range. That's a really awesome way to do it. I died as well. That sucks. But yeah, you'll see you can trap if people overextend and go into the tower. Then you can put that up. They can't get out, and the tower. We all know the towers do a hell of a lot of damage, so you do have to be careful of them there. But it's awesome. It's really awesome. It's a really good ability. Of course, there are some heroes that can get out of it, so you need to be wary of that. You really do, because that can be. That can be dangerous. You also, with your ultimate, you need to be wary of trapping your enemies in, trapping your friends in and none of your enemies, because it can be a real. You can really fuck your own team over with that. So its placement in a team fight is crucial. Is really crucial. But as far as so you get cooldown reduction. There's a rule again. You can see this is what I really like to do with her. If you can get on a high ledge where they can't hit you, you can just fire down below and then drop your abilities down. Once you've got your ult in, you can really just fire off everything you need. Like you can put your Q out, the bomb stasis thing, and then you can put your big bubble on them to slow them, damage them. It's really awesome. Of course, again, some heroes can get out of your ult, but not the majority. At least I don't think the majority. And also, you're giving shields to all your friends trapped inside as well, so it really can be used to save people's lives. Yeah, Dekker's a phenomenal support at the moment. I really rate her. I rate her quite highly. The big thing for me is not damage reduction, cooldown reduction. It's the best way. There's a dome. You see, I put it down on myself, and that's a double jump. I hit spacebar first and then hit my right click. Really handy, because now look, none of them get me. They have to go the long way around, and they've got no chance. Put back to the cards. I keep getting delayed somehow. So you've got your cooldown reduction, and then you always need mana or mana regen because you go through mana. There's a roll again. Beautifully placed all. Beautifully placed all. Man, I keep getting distracted. Onto the cards. I'm not getting. This game's almost over, so I can't get distracted. I'll reverse back to the middle part for a bit. So to the cards. Health, mana, harvester key, and then of course the big thing is cooldown reduction. But with cooldown reduction you need either mana or mana regen. They're the really big things for you. Without them, it's going to be difficult without them. Because like cooldown reduction is really good in itself. It lets you spam your abilities a lot more common, a lot more often. But at the same time, if you run out of mana after a few abilities, then it's kind of pointless. So you're going to need extra mana. Of course, the extra bit of health can't hurt as well. I've often found myself in a few games running out of mana and cooldown reduction potions. So that is, I guess, I don't ever prioritize it, but later on in the game, you know, it's not something that can hurt. It's not something that can hurt as well. And also, of course, the more you use your abilities, the more mana you share with your teammates. So that's really helpful and useful. By that, I think this is Dekker. I don't think I've missed anything out. Got all our abilities on lock. Yeah, which is awesome. Support lane, support roaming, really good for that. Not a good jungler, not a lot of lane clear. She's got some lane clear, but not a lot. Yeah, that's her. Thank you ever so much for watching, everyone. Next, I'm gonna do a video. I think I've only got steel to go on the heroes list, and then after that, I'm gonna do a video all about how the harvesters work and how to get the most from them, and then maybe potential lineups and maybe things I think Paragon is lacking at the moment and should improve on. Subscribe, comment, all that jazz if you feel like it. Of course, do not feel forced into doing it. Yeah, thanks again, guys. Have a nice day and take it easy. Bye bye now.